Imagine a typical school day morning turned into a horrifying nightmare in mere moments. This was the reality for the students and staff at the Vladislav Ribnikar School in central Belgrade. The school day began like any other, with classrooms buzzing with the hum of learning, and the corridors echoing with the chatter of children. But the tranquility was shattered when a 14-year-old student armed with 2 guns and 2 petrol bombs unleashed an unthinkable act of violence. The teenager, known to be a quiet boy and a good student, had meticulously planned the attack. The weapons, belonging to his father, became tools of terror in the hands of this young individual. The calculated nature of the attack was chilling, with the student having even listed the names of the children he wanted to kill and their classes. It was as if a scene from a horror movie or a violent video game had come to life in the most terrifying way possible. As the first shots rang out, confusion and fear swept through the school. One student recalled thinking that firecrackers were being thrown in the corridors, but the reality was far grimmer. The school's security guard was among the first to fall, a sight that spurred the student to alert her physical education teachers about the shooting taking place upstairs. Teachers, quick to react, locked down the school, instructing students to stay in their classrooms, but the horror continued to unfold. The shooter moved from classroom to classroom, firing at teachers and students alike. The sound of gunfire echoed through the halls, turning a place of learning into a scene of unimaginable terror. In the face of such a shock, the school community, parents, and the entire nation were left grappling with the reality of this rare and tragic event. As the echoes of gunfire faded, the grim reality of the aftermath began to unfold. In the immediate wake of this unthinkable tragedy, the school was swiftly locked down. Teachers, in a quick response, ensured the safety of their students, urging them to stay in their classrooms, away from the chaos and danger. Outside, terrified parents began to arrive, hearts pounding with fear for their children's safety. Confusion and terror painted a grim picture as parents desperately sought information about their children. One father, Milan Milosevic, recounted his frantic search for his daughter, relief washing over him only when he heard her voice on the other end of the line. As the authorities arrived on the scene, the extent of the injuries became painfully clear. Several pupils were hurt, with at least one in a critical condition, fighting for life on the operating table. A teacher, too, was seriously wounded, with doctors battling to save their life. The teenage suspect was apprehended, his face hidden as he was led away from the scene of devastation. The local community watched on, their faces etched with shock and disbelief at the horror that had unfolded in their midst. The grim aftermath of this rare mass shooting lay bare the vulnerability we all share, the fragility of life, and the importance of community in times of unimaginable hardship. The shockwaves from this incident reverberated far beyond the school's walls, into the heart of the Belgrade community and the wider region. The day's events left an indelible mark, a poignant reminder of the need to ensure the safety of our children, the sanctity of our schools, and the importance of unity in the face of adversity. The echoes of this tragedy will linger, serving as a stark reminder of a day that changed the lives of many forever. In the wake of the tragedy, questions began to emerge, seeking answers and accountability. The authorities dove headfirst into the investigation, scrutinizing every detail of the chilling event that unfolded at the Vladislav Ribnikar school. At the center of it all was the teenage shooter whose actions sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. The young man's meticulous planning came to light as investigators discovered a sketch. This macabre blueprint, eerily reminiscent of a video game or a scene from a horror movie, detailed his intended path of destruction. Room by room, class by class, it chillingly outlined his intended victims and the order in which he planned to strike. This premeditated brutality was a stark contrast to the quiet boy and good student that his peers knew him to be. His classmates struggled to reconcile their image of the diligent student with the person who had carried out such a horrific act. It was a sobering reminder that appearances can often mask darker truths. The investigation also delved into the weapons used in the attack. 2 guns, 2 petrol bombs, all sourced from the shooter's own home. His father's weapons, legally owned but devastatingly misused, were a focal point of the inquiry. This grim reality prompted further questions about the availability of weapons in Serbia, a country still grappling with the aftermath of the conflicts of the 90s. As for the shooter himself, he was apprehended not long after the incident, having called the police himself. His motives remain murky, the reasons behind his horrific actions a puzzle for the investigators to piece together. As the investigation continues, the search for answers brings little comfort in the face of such a devastating event, but it is a necessary step on the path towards understanding, healing, and hopefully preventing such tragedies in the future. Shocking as this incident was, it also brought to light a broader issue of concern. Serbia, along with the wider Balkan region, has been grappling with the issue of gun control. The conflicts of the 90s left a substantial number of illegal weapons in circulation, a legacy that continues to haunt the region. While Serbian authorities have made efforts to address this issue, offering several amnesties for owners to hand in or register illegal guns, the challenge remains immense. Mass shootings are relatively rare in Serbia, a country known for its strict gun laws. This rarity, however, makes the impact on the national psyche all the more profound when such tragedies occur. The shockwaves from the school shooting in Belgrade have reverberated across the nation, stirring a mix of grief, disbelief, and a call to action. As the nation mourns, this tragic event serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for effective measures to prevent such incidents in the future.